Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining me today, and welcome to this month's webinar, Survival of the Fittest. Our topic today, how staying agile and up to date with technology gives your company an edge. When we're done with this presentation, we have a couple of things for you that will be helpful in your quest to stay agile. First, we're offering a free dark web scan for each business represented here today. This scan will reveal if any of your organization's emails have been compromised and are appearing on the dark web. In addition, you'll be able to download the slides from this presentation in a PDF format. I'll share the link to that page at the end. Now, we're going to cover a lot of information today, but here are the 3 key points I want to share with you. Number 1, how to be proactive in planning and execution of technology initiatives. Number 2, how to recognize threats and opportunities in your industry and market. And 3, how a virtual CIO or Chief Information Officer can help guide your company from a technology standpoint. So let's get started. Just to give you a little background, Central Texas Technology Solutions, or CTTS, was founded 20 years ago by Josh Wilmoth, our current president and CEO. We actually celebrated our 20-year anniversary last week on September 5th. That happened to be Labor Day, so we were enjoying it with a day off. Since then, we have provided IT services and support to hundreds of small businesses and nonprofits throughout Central Texas. So our objective, when market conditions and new threats to businesses develop, businesses that are most agile will survive the turbulence and outperform their competitors. How ready is your company to pivot if you need to change your technology overnight? We saw this firsthand at the beginning of the pandemic when everyone suddenly needed to work from home. For our clients under managed services, we were able to quickly set up the appropriate security measures to ensure their employees could take their computers home and still be able to connect to the business network and therefore continue to be productive. Organizational agility is not anything new. Here's a quote from Dale Carnegie dating back many, many years. Organizational agility is flexibility in response to rapidly changing market conditions that empowers your people, processes, and technologies to change direction quickly. So what does success look like for those businesses that have organizational agility? Well, agility-focused businesses can manage their growth flexibly, independently, and productively. This improves their efficiency and reduces costs. Businesses that are agile and flexible can quickly adapt to a changing market or customers' changing needs, and there's less risk of extended downtime. It also protects the bottom line. Being flexible and agile is the best way to adapt quickly to sudden road bumps and not lose money. The challenge today is that 1, the world is constantly changing. Whether it's a new weapon from attackers, new ways to do business, new technology that innovates the industry, or world events outside of your control, there will always be threats and opportunities. It's hard to predict the future. From the COVID-19 pandemic to supply chain issues to inflation and war, no one could have predicted these events early enough to be adequately prepared. If there's one thing that businesses usually don't have in the face of rapid change, it's sufficient time to plan. This lack of time to find a solution to a problem can cause even further problems. Even though it's no secret that small to medium-sized businesses often have vastly fewer resources in comparison to larger enterprises, prioritizing agility is just as critical for their survival. When the needs of your customers, employees, the market, the economy, and other factors change, agile businesses can adapt quickly and keep working toward their business goals. Number 2, a lot of folks don't welcome change easily, thinking that they don't need that new widget, that this technology is just a fad, or that the market will correct itself. We as humans have a difficult time adapting to change. There is a survival mentality. In the context of agility, this refers to a business unit's willingness to adopt innovations due to risk-averse mindsets or the perceived risk of innovations gobbling up existing business. 3, the world keeps turning, whether we're ready or not. However, developing organizational agility is easier said than done, especially when you already have countless other responsibilities. Information silos in conjunction with workplace politics could explain why some innovations, while successful within the unit, fail to scale in the principal business. So what's at stake here? The businesses that aren't ready to change will be left behind, operate slower than competitors, and lose market share over time to newer businesses better positioned to change, or corporations with enormous resources. CTTS has helped businesses in Central Texas since 2002. When the pandemic started back in 2020, we pivoted all of our clients, preparing them to face a new way of doing business in the face of remote work and strict limitations on how we work and live. Becoming a business that can adapt and pivot rapidly demands more time and expertise than you might be able to devote. If that's something that worries you, an MSP like CTTS can help you get closer to organizational agility. There are 3 ways to make your organization more agile. Number 1, sensing. Sensing alludes to an organization's ability to detect, identify, and assess the opportunities and challenges presented by changing conditions and support informed decision-making. For example, if there is a rapid technological development or in a sector or the impact of consumer and social factors is difficult to predict, it's essential to be able to effectively sense exactly when there's a need for change and where innovation or adaptation is most needed. Number 2, shifting. Shifting is the ability of an organization to adapt internally to fit the demands of its external environment, like a supply chain crisis. Agile companies can not only shift their resources, but also their outdated working methods. The most flexible organizations are those with this type of agility. Number 3, securing. Securing refers to the ability of a company to mobilize the resources required, both internally and externally, to capitalize on opportunities. As the company grows, this may become even more challenging. Although huge firms are endowed with many assets, they often struggle to support new initiatives while staying focused on today's critical issues. As a result, they either tend to limit access to resources or dilute the impact of their changes by starting on too many competing initiatives. Agility needs 2 things: dynamic capability, that's speed, nimbleness, and responsiveness, and a stable foundation, a platform of things that do not change. Having a strong MSP as a partner can help provide that stable foundation on the technology side, as well as the responsiveness necessary to pivot when required, much like I mentioned previously, where we were able to help our clients transition to a safe and secure work from home environment when the pandemic began. So how do we create an agile organization? 1, you've got to approach growth in an iterative manner. In a highly unpredictable business world where an unpleasant surprise can occur at any moment, it's better to grow iteratively. This allows you to learn as you go and adapt your business accordingly. With this approach, you don't predetermine the path forward. Instead, you make interactive changes based on feedback loops generated throughout the growth process, such as from employees and other key stakeholders. Once you've made changes to accommodate all the constructive recommendations, you can prepare to make additional changes based on future suggestions. Since your clients are also part of the process, you can use their feedback to identify priorities and make changes. You'll want to develop self-managing integrated teams. Create small, self-managed teams with all the skills and knowledge your organization will most likely require. Cross-train members so they can adapt to the needs of each iteration and figure out the best way to organize themselves to get the job done quickly. And third, create a culture of constant improvement. Setbacks and challenges are common in business, but what matters most is that you pick up your business after each fall and try to improve without hesitation. If you're ready to become a more agile organization, then put our team to work for you. Schedule a free IT assessment today. This slide shows our current team members. We've got all of our in-house techs, our marketing department, administration, the owners, Josh and Sarah down there on the front row in the middle, and our director of technical services up on the top row between them. So let me tell you about our process. So first, when you request a free on-site assessment, which you can do at this URL here at the top of the page, ctts.online.com/schedule-free-assessment. The first thing we'll do is we'll conduct an on-site IT assessment. CTTS will come to your location, review your current network and workstation, and observe any gaps in your current technology. Second, we'll deliver a technology plan that documents how CTTS plans on taking you from a position of technical disadvantage to a stable foundation. 3, your onboarding process will take a couple of months as we optimize your network configuration. And then 4, you'll receive ongoing support from our help desk. These guys are local to Georgetown and ready to visit whenever you need, along with the insight to grow aided by our virtual CIO services. Through these virtual CIO services, we will help you evaluate new technology initiatives and provide feedback and recommendations on the best way to move forward. It's probably one of the most valuable pieces of our offering, in addition to all the help desk support and so on. Here's our contact information. If you'd like to reach out to us after this presentation, our office is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. At this time, I'd like to open it up to any questions. Give you just a minute to respond. If there are no questions, next steps, as I mentioned at the beginning, we're offering a free dark web scan for each business represented here today. This dark web scan will let us know if any of your email credentials have been compromised on the dark web. If we find that they have, we will consult with you on the steps you should take to further protect your organization. You can also download a PDF version of the slides from this presentation at cttsonline.com/agility webinar. Thank you for attending today. Really appreciate your participation and hope to see you on the next webinar.